There are also a lot of soft vocalizations that loons have, and many of these are hard to hear well and hard to characterize and hard to learn about because they are so soft and hard to record. But chicks and adults give many vocalizations. Adults call to chicks when they have food, for example. They have special calls that they give when intruders are nearby. They also have calls that chicks give to adults when they're trying to beg for food. So those are a variety of soft calls that they give. Loons also have courtship calls that they give, including one we call the soft wail, which is like the wail call. It's a mournful sounding call, but it's relatively soft. It doesn't carry a long distance. Another of the softer vocalizations that loons have is the toot vocalization, which is a high-pitched, it's almost like a loon barking. If you can imagine a loon barking, it's a vocalization that loons give as a warning that they've seen an intruder somewhere in the area. So that's the clear function of the toot vocalization. And there is a softer, less panicked version of the toot vocalization called the hoot. That's a common one to hear, although it's relatively soft. You have to be fairly close to the birds and have fairly tame loons to be able to hear it. But that's one you often hear given between pair members when they're in fairly close association. We're not sure exactly what the function of that call is. It may help them maintain contact with each other. It may help maintain the pair bond in some way, but we really are not clear on it. But it's an obvious and easy to categorize vocalization, the hoot. One of the interesting soft calls that loons have is the ma call, which is almost like a humming. It almost sounds like a human humming. The ma call we've learned a fair amount about because it occurs only in a narrow context. It only occurs during the time when loons are nest searching, when a male and a female are swimming slowly along shoreline areas looking for a nesting spot. The ma call is a call that usually the male gives more than the female. The male is the one who actually locates the nest site. He's the one who picks the nest location. We know from our studies of marked birds. But the ma call is a vocalization that's soft and a little hard to hear, except if you're close to the birds or it's early morning. But it's one of those vocalizations that we've learned a fair amount about because it occurs in such a narrow context. So we know it has something to do with nesting behavior and possibly getting your mate to have the same physiological readiness for nesting as you do, as well as finding a final nesting location.